Hi and welcome back to Joe Talks Cars and welcome to another video. Welcome my Golf GTI back to the channel one more time. In today's video I just wanted to go through some of the costs that this car has thrown at me over the last week. I did promise that I would share the ownership experience of what it's like to own a Golf from 2010. And because it's been into the garage, some of it has been routine, but not all of it. So let's get straight into this video and talk about how much my Golf GTI has cost me. Right, so my Golf GTI. What has this thing cost me over the last week? Because it's been quite an expensive time for me, I'm not gonna lie. Now, this isn't a bill that was unexpected. A lot of it was just general maintenance. It's things you expect to have to pay for. But there was a couple of little surprises in the bill, which I didn't really plan for. And it just shows that they can add up and essentially create quite a large bill from just an MOT and a service. So the car went in for its MOT, and I knew this already, but the front tyres were a little bit low. I fit Bridgestone Potenzas to the car, and those were a cost of £99 a tyre, so it's not a ton of money. They do last a long time on this car, and I do recommend them if you've got a Golf GTI. These Bridgestone Potenzas, all-round grip in most weathers, bit rubbish in winter, but I only ever fit summer tyres to a car, so that's my own fault. It went in for an MOT and a service. The service was just an oil and filter change, nothing too wild. And while it was in there, I had one of the annoying little niggles that this car has had for a while, which was the bonnet catch. So the bonnet catch on this car essentially failed. I've been driving around with it for the last sort of 2 years with a failed bonnet catch. It meant I had to carry a screwdriver in my door pocket. So every time I opened the bonnet, the screwdriver had to go in to kind of force the bonnet down. Really annoying, and I was just too tight to pay for another one. So I had the bonnet catch replaced, and to my surprise, £82 for a bonnet catch. Apparently includes all the wiring and everything, so it was the only option, but £82 for a bonnet catch. The garage noticed that the car needed 2 rear brake pads, which Brembo's on this, so that added another £100 to the price, including fitting, of course. And then there was the service. So the car service, essentially, it cost me £580. So that was for a minor service, 2 front tyres, 2 brake pads, and a bonnet catch. I don't think that's too bad, but obviously a different car, a cheaper car, would have been a lot less money. But still, it's not too bad, and it's nothing that I wasn't, apart from the bonnet catch being an extra thing that I chose to do, and the rear brake pads being a little bit of a surprise, and it's not really any different to what I expected. It's just general running costs. Unfortunately, when it was in the garage, I forgot that the car was due an MOT. Stupid me, didn't book it in. Thought I had, but I hadn't. So I said to them, can we just pop it straight back in for its MOT? Well, regular viewers of this channel will know this car has an engine management light on. It's been on for 4 years, not afraid to say that. People have had a go at me in the comments, and I don't care. It's been on for 4 years, and it's an inlet manifold fault. It's a fault that can be cleared quite simply, and it does stay off long enough to get through the MOT, because here in the UK you can't have any warning lights on your dashboard at all, so it has to be cleared before it goes in for its MOT. It's an intermittent fault, but every time it faults it pings the light on and stores that code. The light then just stays on, so I had to get that cleared, but the garage informed me that it wouldn't clear because it also had another fault with a lambda sensor. So the second lambda sensor had failed on the car, meaning it was using excessive fuel, which I did think actually. I was struggling to get high 30s out of it, which is unusual. This car normally sits at 40 on a run. I wasn't really getting that, so that does explain a lot. So it went back on the following Monday and it had its MOT, which of course it passed because it's just been in for a service, had new tyres and all that stuff. I didn't expect it to fail. and it had its lambda sensor fitted, which was another £200 in total, including the MOT. So overall, this car, at its last visit to the garage, cost me over £700. And a lot of you will probably be quite surprised by that, but I don't think it's too bad. I don't use a main dealer, I use an independent, charge £45 an hour, and he's very reasonable. All genuine VW parts, and I never miss a service with this car. But I will point out that this car has never really cost me any money. Other than lambda sensor failing, that's the last thing and the first thing that's ever failed on this car. I've had this car for 5 years now and spent nothing on it. It's only ever wanted tyres and brakes. I think that's pretty incredible. It's been a supremely reliable car and I absolutely love it. And as you can see on these roads around here, you can have a lot of fun. It's plenty powerful enough, and yeah, I just think it represents amazing value for money. And the reliability issues that you get told about with these things, simply not true in this case. Obviously no two cars are the same, but this one's been extremely good and I've been very lucky to have it. Yes, still annoying when you get bills of £700 when you pop it into it for a service, but everything's going up in price, and £700 for a full service including 2 tyres, an MOT, lambda sensor and bonnet catch and brake pads doesn't seem like all that much money now. So I don't think that's too bad. I think I've got off very lucky with this car. I also want to take this opportunity to thank every single person that's taken the time to subscribe to my channel. The other day, this channel reached the milestone of 3,000 subscribers. Now, I'm not entirely sure why any of you are bothering to hit the subscribe button, but I want to say thank you to everyone that has. And if you haven't already hit it and you're watching all my videos regularly, please make sure you consider hitting it. It really helps me, it helps grow the channel and bring you more and more content like this and content on my Porsche. I have so many plans over the next year for the Porsche in terms of modifying it, which is going to be really exciting, but also things I want to do to this. I've neglected this car over the last few years. It's kind of just been the daily workhorse. We ferry our child around in it, dog, it gets muddy. It's not been kept in the best condition, and I really want to give it some love. So if you are interested in seeing the progress of not only my Porsche, but also bringing the Mk6 GTI back up to its former glory, then please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Right, well, I hope you've enjoyed this video on my Golf GTI. It probably has surprised a few people as to what these cars can cost. This car hasn't really cost me any money, but it just goes to show that you get some interesting little bills along the way when you're dealing with a car from 2010. If you want to see more videos on this car, then click the top of the screen now, which will take you to the full playlist. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.